guys, it's Kelly. I am back with another process video. This is my very first page, or I guess pages, of a traveler's notebook. So I am going to fumble through this a little bit. You know, the size is much smaller than a 12 by 12 layout, which is usually what I create. So I'm going to leave it in so you can see that sometimes things are not necessarily the easiest, especially when you are trying something new. So I am using the Citrus Twist kit, and I have really enjoyed it. This polka dot paper from Maggie Holmes Carousel collection is one of my favorites. You know how much I love polka dots and flowers, and this page is going to incorporate both. So I want to tell you a little bit about why I'm making this spread. This I made, I want to say that the day after the Las Vegas massacre, and I was just shattered. I also need to say that there's times that I go off of social media, and you know, there's been all sorts of little, you know, people talking about social media and things like that. When you see that if I've disappeared, it is because I need to, because I take on these feelings and it wears me down. I was the little girl that would cry when somebody else, you know, got hurt on the playground. I, you know, would see an accident happen in front of me and I would cry for those people. How on earth I have made it in a career in nursing and anesthesia has been beyond me, but I've been the one that has cried with my patients. I've cried with families. That's just me. I take on their grief, their fear, all sorts of things. So when it gets bad, I have to retreat because I need to protect myself, since I get it not only in my job, but in the real world. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it's not that I'm not going to be around. It's just that a lot of things that get posted can be very negative, and I have to help protect me. So anyway, back to the spread. When this happened, I knew that I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what. And I, was thinking in my head that, the song by the Beatles, All You Need Is Love. And I thought how appropriate that would be. And at this time, my husband was away, and I thought how cute it would be if I just sent him a little Snapchat filter, letting him know that I've missed him and I love him. And so this little filter had hearts on top of the head. So I thought how cute that would be to be able to do the spread and to be able to get some of my feelings down in a creative way, just for me to deal with this incident. So I am also a Christian, and I wanted to pull in a Bible verse as well for me, for comfort, and that's kind of where this whole thing started. So here's my little kitty Juliet. She's going to make another appearance as well. I didn't have the heart to put her down. I knew she would, I finally put her down, but she will come and visit me every now and then. So if you're new to my channel, that is one of my two kitties. So what I have done is I have backed a frame, and that is where I'm going to handwrite a Bible verse. I just need to actually use my phone to look it up, so I do not put that on, that's not on video, because obviously if I'm having to look it up on my phone, I can't do both at the same time. So I have decided that I want to use some of this beautiful Paige Evans ephemera. I love the little phrase that says, I believe in the good things coming. That is what I have to do. I have to see things as a glass half full. I have to find the good in things because of, what I have just explained to you, that bit of my personality. So I'm just, evening up the edges. I want to make sure that I have room for that beautiful piece of the floral paper to be seen on the edge. I wanted something simple, but a little bit creative. So you will see that as I do more of these pages, you know, I will incorporate some of the things that I typically do, which, you know, a lot of times is just sewing. So I'm going to have my title be Need More Love, and the stamp set that you see in the bottom is exclusive to Citrus Twist Kits, and it is an adorable stamp set, and I thought how perfect would that be, because it is so true. This world definitely needs more love. So I'm working on that cluster in the bottom, and I'm going to actually switch out that ticket. That ticket is from the Maggie Holmes Carousel. It is her ticket specialty paper. I love that specialty paper. It is gorgeous. And I am going to pull in the pink because I actually pull in a little bit more pink on the spread in a couple of places, and I felt like it balanced it out a little bit better. I contemplated using the pom-pom trim. You know me, and you know how much I love that kind of trim, but the color, I knew, or at least I had an idea that with that flower, I wanted to try to find a little bit more of that pinky red, and the pom-pom trim was definitely more of a bubblegum pink. And not that they clash, because they are together, and both of the colors are together on that paper. I wanted it to be a little bit more subtle. My feelings were not that bright and happy, so when they're not that bright and happy, it's definitely harder for me to use some of those colors. I don't know if that makes sense to people, but it's just how I roll. So this is where I figure out, you know, that pink really looks better. I'm going to put the pink there. I like that. It's a little bit brighter, and I'm going to eventually pull in the washi tape. And this washi tape booklet is amazing. If you have not seen it, it has several different strips of washi, which is perfect. That way you don't have a bunch of rolls of washi in your stash. You get, you know, a lot of different patterns. Some of them are scallops, like this one that I'm using here, and it's just a great way to get, you know, for what I consider a big bang for your buck when you're choosing things to buy for your collection. So I'm going to put that little piece of washi underneath my title so that I can add a little bit more journaling, and this is where I stamp the Need More. The stamp set from Citrus Twist is amazing. I will stamp it on a separate piece of paper, number one, just to see how it stamps, and number two, to check the color of the ink. This is a My Favorite Things ink. I think it's in steel gray. I didn't want to use black because I didn't have black anywhere else other than what is going to be with my journaling. And I'm using a fine pen when I journal, so it's not a heavy black presence. So I'm just using my tacky adhesive to stick down the letters, because we all know how notorious stickers are for popping off the page. And because I don't do my journaling on camera, I will let you know what I say. So underneath the scallop, I'm going to write the quote by Fred Rogers that says, "Look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping." And I, you know, gave him credit. He did say more than that, but that is what is important to me, and that's part of the reason why I love what I do. I always want to help. You know, I've just sat there and told you that I feel immensely the pain of others, and that's just my personality. I want to help. I want to make it better, but that's also what helps or what drains me personally. And in the frame, I pulled a verse from Romans. It is Romans 12:9, and it says, "Love must be sincere, hate what is evil, cling to what is good." Again, that's Romans 12:9. And I just thought that that would be a good way for me to get in the Word and remember what's important to me and to help me heal. I know that kind of sounds crazy, how I would need healing when I don't have anybody that was personally involved. But again, it's who I am, and it's what I do. And it has taken me quite a while to figure out that I need to take care of myself when things like this happen. So the one other thing that I do off camera is I will stamp Yes This, and I stamp it multiple times in that same ink that I stamped Need More, and I stamp it and then I stamp it again, so it's a darker and then a lighter stamped image. I know that has a term and I cannot think of what the appropriate name of that is called, but I do that, and then I add a few little of these enamel shapes. I was thinking that I would be doing the stars, but I didn't like that. I decided that I wanted to do hearts. I felt like hearts were more appropriate for this page because it's true. Love, love, hearts. I like to use things that make sense. Not that stars wouldn't, but hearts just further, lend more credence to the spread that I'm doing. So I am using my ATG to adhere to the pages, and I am going to have to trim a little bit, and I mess up on this one and I go to readjust it, and you'll see that I rip the page, which is no big deal because I will back the title page when I do that with another piece of pattern paper. That can easily be fixed. I'm not sure how I'm going to approach this. This is a Webster's Traveler's Notebook. I bought it at Hobby Lobby because I liked the cover. It's navy blue with pink roses. I'm sure that's not surprising to you guys. So I don't know what I'm going to do. If you have any suggestions on adhering the pattern paper, like what you use to adhere it, let me know, because this is new and I'm learning from you guys as well. So I have some close-ups at the end where you can see the little bits and pieces. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.